Good morning and welcome to VSA Capital 5 Minute Morning Miner. It's Monday, October the 17th, and this week we've got Ollie back from Mexico and Guanajuato silver, and Paul is down in Zimbabwe seeing Caledonian mining. So, first things off, Ollie, how was Mexico? How was the tequila?
Yeah, very good. Thanks on both counts. It's an incredible part of the country to visit, and I know you see it on the sort of company website and presentation about how interlinked that part of the country's history is with mining, but it really is, and the projects are just enormous. Obviously, you've got a lot of historical infrastructure. The new mine that they've acquired, Valenciana, you've got 4 kilometers of workings along the structure underground, which is the equivalent of Oxford Circus to Bank, and that's now one of the 4 producing or imminently about to produce assets that they've got around Guanajuato City. So there's now got a diversified and very flexible operation. So very much looking forward to see what they can do with that, because the potential is really there for something impressive.
Yeah, look, we don't call it a mini Fresnillo for no reason at all. We do see a huge amount of upside here. We obviously will have the management over for a week at the end of November, because they're coming across to present with us, and people should get to know this company. You're going to be hearing a lot more about it. It's pretty damn exciting. Anyway, there will be more about that as we go forward. What else have you got for us today, Ollie?
It's actually quite a quiet morning in terms of company news flow. There's a bit out from Horizonte and from Clean Tech Lithium, but there was also this announcement over the weekend on chip sanctions, which could have implications for commodities, although some of the early comments in the FT seem to think that the initial impact will be limited, even though it's very politically significant. Don't know if you've got a view on that, Andrew.
That's an interesting question. I mean, I think the biggest view that I have at the moment is coming out of the Chinese Communist Party 20th conference. I sort of felt that we might see a little bit more easing of the tension between the East and the West, but it would appear to the opposite. And we're seeing a hardening of China's intentions towards the West, and a ramping up still of military and the ability to be self-sufficient. And so, unfortunately, Cold War II is going to continue for some time, and because of that, we really do have to think about critical metals and getting them into Western ownership and building up our own capabilities. I mean, it is only a matter of time before there's an almighty blooming squeeze. I think that BMW moving their electric mini plant from Cowley, just outside Oxford, to China is a fatal mistake. I mean, we know the Germans obviously have relied upon China for their growth, but this isn't a good move in my view. But there you go. There's a quick geopolitical thought from me. But I mean, talking of EVs and batteries, I mean, as you say, Clean Tech Lithium had a little bit of a resource drill program, didn't they? And it seemed to be doing quite a lot of things, quite a lot of stuff being pumped out. We do know the FD very well, Gordon Steen, who we have a lot of time for, and it has actually been a pretty good performing stock. So well done them.
Yes, it's done well, particularly over the last few weeks when some of the other sector leaders have pulled back. I think with their news flow, they've started to get some momentum again. It looks like the key milestone will be in Q1 2023, when one of their projects will have a resource on, but potentially some more news flow in between as they've now got the drilling window opened up with the end of winter at the higher of their 2 projects, but work carries on at the other one as planned. So plenty of news flow to come come there, which should, keep momentum aside from the commodity moves.
I expect you'd like a site visit there too, Ollie, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't. Some of the higher altitude lithium site visits, I think you have to be quite careful and quite frugal about what you eat and drink as you risk altitude sickness. As one of my Canadian colleagues found out last week, who got a bit too enthusiastic on his spicy food.
The perils and pitfalls of being a mining analyst, amazing. Okay. Well, as you say, there's not a lot of news. The markets are still horrendous. The UK political turbulence is still awful. So far, it would appear that Jeremy Hunt has stabilised things, but I say so far, and I think it happened yet, couldn't it? But I'm sure we'll hopefully pick up some more news tomorrow. So thanks, Ollie. Speak tomorrow.
Speak to you then. Cheers.